Okay, the first company that we're going to go over is the American Amicable Final Expense Plans, the Golden Solution. And they have two products. One is for younger ages, one is for older ages. We're just going to be talking mostly about the Golden Solution plan here, which is ages 50 through 85, since you guys will be doing final expense on these. Okay, and you can see here they have three different levels of their plans. They have an immediate death benefit here, graded benefit, and the return of premium also. You'll see also that we have the younger ages and the older ages on here. Don't worry about this younger ages one. Let me admit this person here. Let's just go over the older ages here. We got 50 to 85. And you'll see here's the death benefit depending on the age, up to 35,000, or age 76 to 85 up to 20,000. We have, and that's immediate death benefit if they qualify for it. The graded benefit, these are the payouts on it: 30% first year, 70% second year, 100% in year 3. And you'll notice in the final expense products that we're going over, most of them have something very similar to this, where they'll have the graded benefit, which is kind of the second level, and that one pays out a percentage of the death benefit if they pass away, depending on the year. And then the companies will have the third plan. Some will call it modified. They call theirs return of premium. Basically what it is if you die in the first 2 years, you just get your return of premium, and you'll see plus 10% in the first 3 years for age 0 to 64 there. It's a little different on ages 65 to 85, where it's the return premium plus 10% for 2 years, and then 100% after 2 years. On the top one, it's 100% after 3 years on the graded benefit. So just slight differences, but something that you'll need to be aware of when you're talking to the clients. And again, everything that's on this slideshow is on the website in PDF form. So you can have these just sitting at the bottom of your computer, and you can pop them up depending on the state that you're using and the product. So if you can't memorize everything right away, I would suggest opening the PDFs and having them on your taskbar on your computer, so you can just bring them up as needed when you're talking to a client. And again, it'll be depending on the states, and we have the state availability for each product in here too. And I know you guys, you'll be contracted and have non-resident license in several states. So some of these companies will work in some states, some won't in the others. And then what we can do is you guys let us know your states, and we'll let you know which plans would be the best for you on there. Okay. And with American Amicable, they have their policies include this terminal illness accelerated benefit rider, and they can receive up to 100% of the death benefit if they have life expectancy of 12 months or less, 24 in some states, but 100% payout. So that's nice. They also include this nice accelerated benefits rider for confined care. So if the insured has had the policy for 30 days or longer, and they're confined to a nursing, they become confined to a nursing home, they will receive 5% of the face amount up to $5,000 a month to help pay those costs. So that's really nice. Most plans don't include this on here for free. And so this is a nice benefit that American Amicable has. And their underwriting, as with the other final expense plans, no medical exams or blood work. Yes, no application. They will run an MIB check and a prescription drug check. And they do have a liberal build chart. So every now and then you'll notice some niches with different companies, and that's one that American Amicable has. Their build chart is very liberal. You can be bigger than Barry and still qualify. Amazingly, I'm just kidding, Barry. They do occasionally do telephone interviews on clients, but just in certain situations. They used to require more of them, and they've gone to less of them. The situations are if the applicant is 71 to 85 years old and they're not found on the pharmacy database when they do the prescription check, they'll do a telephone interview. And also, if the payer on the policy isn't the applicant, spouse, significant other, or child, then they'll require a telephone interview as well, because they'll want to know who's paying for this, why are they paying for it. Now, with the American Amicable application, the way you'll be submitting it, because these will be telephone sales, is they have a mobile application, they call it. And originally they had set this up where agents could go out and either with their cell phone or tablet or laptop, they could do the policy through the e-app, and the client would sign with their finger on whatever device they're using. And so that's just the way the plan had run. Well, when COVID came and hit us, they went to a voice signature, so you don't have to be face to face with the client. So it's kind of nice. You'll be doing the application. You'll see on here on the voice signature process, you'll go through their mobile application, and here's the website where you can do it. They have instructions here for what you'll be doing. And again, all this product information and things like this, the voice signature process, it's all on the website in PDFs for you guys to download and have with you, because everybody's e-app and signature is a little different. So you'll be using their regular mobile application. And then when you get after the agent statement screen, you'll be presented with ways to do the signature, and you'll choose voice signature. And then when you do that, this box pops up and tells you basically everything that you need to do. What you're doing is with American Amicable is it's a voice recording process. And so you as the agent, you'll click on the box that pops up for a script. You'll read the script word for word to the client. And then at the end, the client will agree or disagree, but hopefully they're agreeing that this will be their voice signature and you've read them everything that they need to know. And it walks you through how to do it on here. What you'll be doing is you'll be submitting the application online first, and then as the agent, you'll be doing the electronic signature. You'll submit it online, and this will pop up, and it will give you a 6-digit number on here. So when you call in, you'll be referencing that number. And then when you're done with everything, it's kind of nice because you'll click to verify the recording has been received. I've never seen it come back to where it hasn't been received. So when you're reading the disclosures to the client, it might seem like it's going on a long time. And frankly, it's, they're not the quickest things, but legally the agents have to read the disclosures on here. So it's good to know that when the recording is done, they've received it and it's over. And then the application goes right into the company. Like I said before, the 3-way call is a recorded one. So when you get to the end of it, it'll tell you also, you're done, proceed with the application, and then you'll follow the normal steps to complete the application. And again, like I mentioned, we're doing this briefly because it's 4 companies and we could take 4 hours, but we have less than an hour to go over this. But I just want to give you guys a little overview of this, letting you know that all the documentation on there is ready for you to download, and any questions that you have on anything you can find on the website, or you can also call us too. Okay, so the next plan is GCU's final expense plan, the Eternal Advantage. And the names that they pick for these sometimes are kind of funny, but basically what I'm going to do with GCU is they have a video that we can run that goes over the specifics of their product. It's less than 10 minutes, and we're going to play less than half of that. So it'll just be a couple-minute video. But just to give you an overview quick before we watch that, the issue ages on their simplified issue whole life final expense policy is ages 45 to 85. Now, when you're doing the live transfers, they don't go past age 80. And the reason they do that is because that's the age that most companies cut it off. So even though some companies will go higher than 80, the company that's doing the live transfers, they don't know which company you're doing and what the ages are. So they cut it off at 80. So you should always be within the guidelines on all these products. And they have the similar product setup where they have the preferred option, standard, and modified. And that's going to be the 3 different payouts on the products. And so let me get this started. And like I said, this will just be a couple minutes. It says it's 10 minutes, but I'm going to jump around on this just to give you guys the highlights of the products here.
My name is Ashley Guthridge, GCU Sales Coordinator, and I will be walking you through our final expense product, Eternal Advantage. We are in 29 states and expanding. Our final expense product is still pending in California. Let's talk specifics. Our Eternal Advantage has 3 rating classes and 6 underwriting classes. We have preferred, standard, and modified with issue ages of 45 to 85. Our minimum face amount is $5,000 and the policy fee is $40, which is commissionable. The riders we offer are an ADB for terminal illness, any nursing home confinement, which is added on to all preferred policies with no additional cost. And we also have a grand child rider. The grand child rider fee is $2 per $1,000 death benefit. This rider is only available during the application process. It cannot be added on at a later date. Class includes an ADB for terminal illness, any nursing home confinement. The grand child rider is available to be added on, and the maximum face amount is $35,000. Our standard class maximum face amount is $25,000, and the grand child rider is available to be added on. Our modified class maximum face amount is $15,000. If the client passes away during years 1 through 3, they will only receive their premiums paid plus 10%. After year 3, they will receive their required face amount upon death. This class does not offer any riders. Our irrevocable burial trust can be added on to any final expense product. If your client wants the IBT, you pick GCU IBT as owner of policy. Our IBT is tax-free and avoids probate, so this is a great product for your clients that want to make sure that their burial costs are covered. This product is only available for ages 50 to 85. This is not a separate product, it is just a different use of the same final expense product. When you reach the owner information page, you will need to select no to the question, is the owner the same as the insured? Then another drop-down menu will appear and you choose GCU IBT. Here's a breakdown of maximum face amounts for each state. Please note that California is pending and this is not available in Michigan and West Virginia. You have already received your welcome email, including your username and password and link to get into our e-app, which shows here, finalexpense.gcuusa.com. If you are interested in our paper applications, you can scroll down and find them at the bottom of our page. On the left-hand side, you can see all of our agent resources that are available for you to review. Once you click on the big red e-app button, this screen appears. Underneath welcome, you will need to add your client state.
And I'm going to pause it right here. I don't want to go through every page of their online e-app. We don't have time for that, but the video is there for you guys to watch and download on our website. Let's just get this on here.
You will request your underwriting, and then you are finished. If you receive an instant decision, it could take up to 1 minute to be approved. The other options you might see are decline, refer to underwriter, or it will give you a modified offer. If they are interested in the modified offer, you can change the premium and or monthly payments to find the amount that they are willing to pay for the insurance. If they take the offer, they will need to sign again. We are still reviewing declines and will reach back out to you if we have a second offer. Please take note of these important points before you write your first e-app. These are the biggest mistakes that our agents are currently making to hold up applications being issued. If you are going to be setting up a telephone sale instead of meeting face-to-face, please make sure you've verified the client is who they say they are. Once you've went through the application, there is a section on the DocuSign page for you to choose to email the signature to your client.
And they have a voice signature on here too that I believe they implemented later, and so they don't have everything on there. And I don't think we need to go through all the underwriting build charts and everything, but there are just a couple other things to hit on here.
uninsurable conditions. And here's where you can find our agent resources. Please go to finalexpense.gcuusa.com and scroll down.
All right, that's it for the video. Just kind of giving you an overview. And again, here's another overview of the products with their 3 different types: preferred, standard, and modified, and the different payouts, the different maximum face amounts on here. And I don't want to go over these individually with you because there's no way you'll memorize all these with 4 different companies today. That's why it's important that you download the documents so you have everything with you. And next, we will go over Sentinel. Let me just make sure that, yep, that was everything on that one. So Sentinel Security, the new Vantage. Again, a great name. And here are their options. Similar to the other ones, they have the new Vantage 1, which is the full death benefit payable from day 1. The new Vantage 2, which pays a percentage of the death benefit for the first 2 years, and then year 3 and on, the full death benefit is payable. And the new Vantage 3, where you get return of premium plus 10% for the first 2 years, and then year 3, the full death benefit is payable. Now with Sentinel, they have different payment options for the client. You'll see down here, they can do a single premium. Ordinary is what they call just regular, monthly pay or annual pay, but just a regular pay. You can also do a 10-pay plan, 20-pay plan, paid up at 65 or paid up at age 85 you can do on these. And that's, again, if the client qualifies for the full death benefit. If they have to go to the new Vantage 2 or 3, they don't have those payment options. It's just from age 45 to 85 doing the regular ordinary pay on this. You can see the minimum face amounts. It's $1,000 minimum. Single premium is $2,000. But this is kind of important to know too. Other companies, some of them have raised their minimum face amounts to $5,000 or even, still going down to $2,500. But if you need somebody that needs something just a little bit, Sentinel will go down to $1,000. And here's the maximum face amounts you can see. And here's an example of the rate cards and how you can run the rates on these. And you'll see for the new Vantage 1, they have the single payment, paid up 85, paid up 65, 20 pay, 10 pay, and then full pay, which is also the same as their ordinary pay, which is just the regular, monthly pay or annual pay plan on this. And they have the example down here of how to calculate it. But just so you know that there are options on here, different ways to pay. And again, that's on the new Vantage 1 if the client qualifies for that. Here's the new Vantage 2 and 3, and you'll see just regular payment options on here, no 10 pay or 20 pay or anything like that. And down here towards the bottom, they have examples of how to run them. And just a couple things that you'll need to know. Of course, you'll need internet access. All internet browsers are supported, which is nice. You'll go through the agent portal, as they mentioned, to do the e-app, and all signatures must be done. And you'll see down here where it says, let me move this a little bit here. Agents must sign via e-signature. And so when you're doing the app, you're going to sign it via e-signature. Applicants may sign via e-signature or by phone call, and you can call this 877 number. Let me go to the next page here. They have more information about the e-app submission, how to do it. Again, you'll get on the agent portal. And the nice thing about doing these e-apps is you can't move on to the next screen until you answer every question. So unlike a paper app where you might miss some things, on the e-apps, you can't miss anything. So it's great. You get on, you answer the questions, do the e-signature, or the clients can do the signature by calling. And up on the top here again, you have the phone number. And all these numbers and everything are in the material, so you'll have them right there and handy when you're ready to write the business. Okay. And just like every other final expense company, when you're going through the e-app, depending on the answers to the health questions, that will determine which plan you're prospect will qualify for. So you'll see applications that include New Vantage 1, 2, and 3. And depending on the state, some states don't have the Vantage 1 plan, some states don't have the Vantage 3 plan. So depending on the state, that'll determine which options that you have on the plan for the client. So you can see they have, for example, here in Part A, if the applicant answers yes to any questions in Part A, they're not eligible for any of the plans. Part B, if the application answers no to all questions in Part A, but yes to one or more questions in Part B, they're eligible for the Advantage 3 plan. Part C, if the applicant answers no to all questions in Part A and B, but yes to questions in Part C, they'll be eligible for the new Vantage 2 plan. You'd think it would have made sense to answer, if you answer a yes question, you would jump to the 2 plan, but they jump to the 3 plan first and then go back to the 2. So just something to make it a little more difficult for the agents, I think. But it'll walk you right through it on the e-app. And also, you guys should download and have a copy of the application so you'll know and you won't have to go through the e-app. You can ask them the questions beforehand and know which plan they'll qualify for or if they'll qualify for anything. And you can see if it includes the Vantage 1 and 2 plans only, they have down here, you know, if they answer yes to certain questions, what they'll qualify for. So it's just handy to have with you. And then here's their telephone signature process. And again, this is on the website for you to have, and this is a good PDF to just have at the bottom of your page too. You'll see they say here, you, the agent, must sign the application electronically and submit the application. So before the client is doing their voice signature, you'll submit the application, the e-application. And when you call in, you'll need the application number, which will show up on your computer. But you can't do anything until you submit the application. And so it seems kind of strange you're submitting it without the client's signature, but that's the process of doing it, because then they'll have the app in the system. And then when you call in and follow the prompts on there, it will get attached to your application on there. And so that's the only way they can do it. They have to have the application in the office first. Okay, and they'll go through the process. There's going to be greeting. The applicant will confirm that they want to continue by pressing a number. They'll be asked to create a 4-number PIN, which they'll do, and then that will also be their signature at the end on there. And so every company is a little different, and depending on the companies that you choose, you're going to want to go over these processes of the e-app and the signatures several times so you'll know what to expect. Okay, we're also going to do Royal Arcanum, and as Barry mentioned, this is for New York applications. And you guys probably won't be doing a lot of New York business, but in case you come up with some, it's good to have something. And really, for New York, it's hard to get products, and it's hard to get products that pay much commission. And so the way a lot of companies do it is you'll be going through an association. And that's how Royal Arcanum is. They are a not-for-profit, member-based benefit society. And basically, they're an association that offers benefits to their members. They have to join the association to be able to get this plan, and it just costs $1 a month to be a member of the association. And then when they are a member, then they have access to this product. But if they don't become a member, they can't get this product. And in a nutshell, it's a graded benefit plan is what they're offering for the New York residents. Adults ages 50 to 75. You'll see over here, they have some specifics, 2,500 to 25,000 of coverage, no medical exam. You'll see over here, if they pass away in the first year, the premiums paid will be return of premium with 4.5% interest. Second year, they jump to, instead of just a return of premium, the second year they go to 25% of the face amount, which is nice. And third year, they receive the full death benefit. And to qualify, you'll see down here, all they have to be able to say is they're not now confined to a bed, clinic, or a rest, or in a convalescent home, anything like that, and they don't have AIDS, and that's it. And they'll qualify just based off of that. So it's good to have in your back pocket if you guys decide to use New York as a state. When you're doing the live transfers, you'll be choosing which states you're doing. And so more than likely, if you don't want to do New York, you're not going to have to do New York, which is probably just as well because of the plans that we have or that are available in New York at all. Now, when you do an app with Royal Arcanum, you'll be going through a process they have called Adobe Sign. And you'll see down here, they have a website that you go to, or you can do it from the Royal Arcanum agent site. But basically, you'll go in there and it'll have prompts for you. You'll click the agent portal section and it'll pop right up for you to do the Adobe Sign application. And basically, it's, even though it's Adobe, which is mostly PDF, it's a system that they have to do their e-app. Okay. And again, the documentation